Stop. That isn't the way to cross the road. If you step out here, you could get badly hurt. Or worse. This is a pedestrian, light-controlled crossing, or pelican crossing for short. To cross the road, press the button and wait. Wait until the red man changes to the green man.
If the pelican can, then so can you. If the pelican can, then so can you. If the pelican can, then so can you. If the pelican can, then so can you.
So always find a safe place to cross at a designated pedestrian crossing. And remember, if the pelican can, then so can you.
Please, thank you.
If I say
That's lovely.
you tomorrow, take my hand, child, come with me.
Big smile.
It's to a castle I will take you. Where what's to be, they say, will be. Against the wind, see it's been sail away, leave the day way up high in the sky. And warm, but the wind won't blow. We really shouldn't go. It only goes to show that you will be mad by taking our time. And if you say to me tomorrow, oh, what fun it all would be, then what's to stop us?
I, Charles, Prince of Wales, do become your liege man of life and limb, and of earthly worship.
I catch the wind, see it's been sail away, leave the day way up high in the sky. And warm, but the wind won't blow. Really shouldn't go, only goes to show that you will be mad by taking our time.
Hello, Pat, it's Karen. Is Anne with you? No, I just wondered if she'd come back with Jeanette after school.
Sure. Now, this is where you've been keeping yourself, is it? How's Parsi?
People tend to.
Look, I come bearing gifts.
CID closed a month after I arrived in Woodstock. Budget. It was uniform or nothing. What about you?
Well, you know me, I'm doing all right.
There was a piece in the Gazette, an interdepartmental something or other.
The Interdepartmental Forward Planning Steering Committee.
Steering what, exactly?
Resources, manpower. It's a sort of quasi-managerial anticipatory role.
Is it?
Just shuffling paperwork, mostly. Seen the old man?
I've called the house a few times. Left messages.
I'd have told him where to stick it.
Would you? Well, Division don't like to lose police officers.
Full disciplinary, though. Busted down a rank. Wasn't right. And we're still no nearer to finding who did for George.
We? I'm here. You're there. Thursday's at Castlegate. Bright's at traffic. I mean, there is no we. Nor is there likely to be.
We said.
No, you said. Heat of the moment.
I meant it.
Yes, I'm sure. But it's not how it's turned out, is it? It's never how these things turn out.
We are launching a fresh appeal to the public to be on the lookout for Anne Kirby, who went missing on the 1st of July on her way home from school, and who hasn't been seen since. Now, obviously, as the days pass by, we're becoming more and more concerned for her safety and well-being. To that end, I would urge anyone who has any information about her disappearance to come forward and to contact the police. Your call will be treated with the strictest confidence and may be made anonymously. But if you have any information, any at all, no matter how slight or trivial it may appear, then please do contact us as soon as possible. Now, I will just take one or two questions from the press.
Chief Inspector.
Yes, Miss Frazel.
Is there any suggestion she might have been kidnapped?
No, there's no indication that such is the case.
How are the family?
Well, as you can imagine, they're worried about their little girl.
Chief Inspector.
One at a time, please. All right, settle down. Settle down.
Well then, matey.
Look, let me know next time and I'll bake a cake.
Oh, saw Joni. Said to say hello if I ran into you. Started in as a trainee with the welfare. So I suppose it all works out in the end. Shouldn't let it go. What happened to George? Well, don't you care?
Would it make a difference?
Police have made a fresh appeal to the public for information concerning the whereabouts of missing schoolgirl Anne Kirby, aged 10.
Obviously, as the days pass by, we're becoming more and more concerned for her safety and well-being. To that end, I would urge anyone who has any information about her disappearance to come forward.
There's been a young man hanging around. I think he's been sleeping in the porch. This was in the nave.
Good morning. Sergeant Morse. Mr. Tingwell, is it?
Yes, that's right.
Well, how can I help you? Information room said something about a missing horse.
Skinner here was due to collect a Connemara from me this morning, only it's not in the field.
Right. Well, when was the last time that you saw it?
Yesterday afternoon. 15 hands, grey.
Well, I can pass the description on to neighbouring stations, and I'll keep an eye out for it when I'm on my rounds.
got night class. It's important. Got to do something for me. I can't sit by the window and wait for someone to tell me my life can start. Can't do it anymore. I can't do this anymore.
I suppose I should have shut the window upon retiring to bed, but it was really rather hot, and one just doesn't expect that sort of thing out this way.
So, it's 7 snuff boxes and a couple of lighters, all silver. Is that right? Dr. Sheridan?
Yes, that's right. But it's only the snuff boxes that have any real value.
Right.
Most of them are Victorian, 2 of them Georgian. There's something of a passion with me.
I see.
Oh, I can let you have a photograph if you give me a moment.
Hello.
Hello.
Was it the boy that did it?
What boy would that be?
There was a boy watching the house from across the road yesterday evening.
Oh, yes. And what did he look like?
Like he could do with a good wash.
Yes, I knew I had a picture. I'll be with you in a moment, Sophie dear.
I just came in for my book.
Yes, well, as you can see, the officer is busy. I'll bring it to you. Terrible teens.
I'm afraid the police training manual is silent on that subject. No sign of a satchel.
Well, we'll find it.
What do you think to the flowers in her hair?
Oh, look, it's probably best we leave it to them that gets paid to ask those questions, eh? Look, all right, mate, thanks for your help. We'll take it from here. Look, if you could do something about the nag.
There's a horse box on its way.
Well, we've got a tea urn coming out, if you could find a spot for that.
Don't you want my report?
when the gaffer gets here. And she's not going anywhere, is she?
Well, you do get about. I thought I hadn't seen you.
What's the,
Dead about 24 hours. Sizable bruise on the skull. Same to her hip, too, but nothing to say how she died at first glance.
And?
No. No obvious sign.
DS Jago says you found the body.
Sir.
Sergeant Morse, sir, a former colleague from Cowley.
I remember. Didn't recognise you. So?
I had a report of a horse stolen from Tingor's farm last night. I was on my rounds. I saw an animal matching that description. I came into the field, I found her, and I called it in.
Right. Fair enough, that's you done then.
Well, it's standard practice in such cases to ask if anybody unusual has been reported in the area.
Have they?
Yes. There's a young man's been seen hanging around the church. A rough sleeper. The offertory box was forced last night.
Right.
Possible drug use. I have a syringe recovered from the church.
Stick it in your report. Make sure it's on my desk by tea. And next time, try to remember we put a cordon down so uniform don't go trampling all over the scene of crime with their size knights. Standard practice in a case like this. Fred?
Go.
Pervert?
Are you asking if there's evidence of sexual assault?
Is there?
Not at first glance, no. Be able to tell you more after the post-mortem. Shall we say 4 o'clock?
You can say what you like. I'm not one for seeing kiddies carved up. Liaise with DI Thursday. Got a brief upstairs. Can you take the parents?
If that's what you want.
See you back at the factory.
He's come from robbery.
Not the Lucy Clayton? Still, it's nice to see you, Inspector. And Morse, of course. One might have known if anyone was going to find her, it would be him.
Not my Anne. My Annie. It's a mistake.
No.
They've made a mistake. You have made a mistake. He's got to be some other girl. Tell him, Joe. Tell him he's got to be some other girl.
Come on, love. My sincere condolences.
The body of a young girl has been found in the countryside west of Oxford. Police have not confirmed yet if it is that of Anne Kirby, who went missing on the way home from her school in Banbury on Tuesday.
I report. Syringe is in the bag.
I'll see the governor gets it.
Anything?
Early days. You know how it is. I know you go.
You're looking at the Emily Bayard case, presumably. Berkshire case. Disappeared on her way home from school, July 1966. Very similar circumstances.
Only she was never found. The DCI's ruled it out.
Is he up to it, Box?
A sergeant doesn't question a detective chief inspector's fitness to lead an inquiry.
Robbery, I've shit him, wasn't it?
Things change.
I'm sorry about your disciplinary. You deserve better.
I don't know about that. I was in charge.
Well, if you fancy getting a drink sometime.
Yeah. Yeah, we must do that.
Give my regards to Mrs. Thursday.
It won't be any stroke of genius that finds him. Long hours and shoe leather will see this one right. No obscure motive to be uncovered, just depravity. It's, nobody. On file already, like as not.
Initial reports said she was wearing an Alice band in her hair when she left school. It wasn't at the scene.
Could be in the field.
Why there? He could have left her body anywhere. In a ditch, in the middle of the field, somewhere she wouldn't have been found until harvest time. Why leave her at the foot of a pylon?
Showing off, maybe?
No, it matters. Same as the flowers, it's important.
Sergeant Morse delivering his reports.
Nicked your little thief yet?
Not quite.
Well, don't let us keep you.
Sir? Stanley Clements, date of birth, October the 4th, 1951, of no fixed abode.
What about family?
He hasn't asked for anyone to be informed.
We've got a string of juvenile previous on him. Been in trouble on and off since he was about 10. Next of kin's an aunt in Torquay.
You want to brace him now or when the dew's still on him?
Let him sweat it a minute. Haven't had me tea yet. See your report to you first thing.
I can do it now if I could take a lend of a typewriter.
The pool's gone on.
I kept my old machine. It's all right, isn't it?
As long as he keeps his beak out of anything else.
Hard to see how he could have kept Dan Kirby holed up all this time if he's been living in a squat.
Whoa. Wait a minute. He's your collar sergeant. This guy's a distance could be your ticket back to big school. Unless you want to stay counting cabbages out in the sticks.
Sergeant Morse got a point, sir. Thief and drug addict's one thing, child murder is something else.
If he's not involved, how's he come by her satchel?
Oh, I was just asking, what if he didn't do it?
It's a court's business, not ours. We just get him up the steps.
You think he did it?
I'm uniform. I don't get paid to think.
I might know him.
How? So who killed his mother?
His father, Philip Clements, commercial traveller. Knocked out brushes door to door.
And did he go down for it?
"13 Jubilee Row." Funny how some things stick. His maternal aunt and uncle took him on. Decent people, as I recall. Well, mind how you go. Tell me about Anne Kirby.
I don't know her.
And what are you doing with her satchel?
I found it. Look, man, can you help me out? I don't feel good.
Found it where?
I don't remember. On the road, maybe. I'm serious. I'm sick. I need something.
What do you mean you need something?
A doctor! I need to see a doctor. Come on, man. You can see I'm not right.
We know all about you, Stanley. You're bad blood. I'm not blaming you. It's not your fault. But you help us out with Anne. We'll see about a doctor.
Help you out how?
Just put your hands up to it.
I can't. I can't say I did something I didn't do. What he said. The other one. Bad blood. You know about that?
I carried you out of there.
I don't remember.
Some things are best forgot.
What was she like?
Who?
My mum. Did you know her?
Yeah. Yeah, I knew her. She was a good one.
And him?
Don't give me that old bollocks. He's still a minor. He's got rights. Uh-huh. Oh, is that right? Well, you tell him Viv Wall is coming. Wall, as in Berlin, as in bricks, as in about to come down on your round head like a ton of. Want me to spell it for you? Prick.
The psychiatric assessments for the Pendleton hearing?
Oh, don't worry about that now. Fetch your coat.
Why? Where are we going?
To war.
No, wait for it, wait for it.
And remember, if the pelican can, then so can you.
There he goes. Right then. Back to work. Fred?
And tell me, is this the young man you found sleeping in the porch?
That's him. I did feel for the poor boy. Nowhere to live, he said. No family, no money. I told him to try some of the farms hereabouts. Skinner, the slaughterman, sometimes takes on casual labor. You think he robbed the offertory? I shall pray for him.
Well, I've kept you from your flock long enough. Thank you. Very pretty.
All from the vicarage garden. Friday a funeral, Saturday a bride, Sunday a christening. The lot of a country parson. Shall we be seeing you at the fete?
Yes. Yes, I should think so.
But not in church. 6 months and you've not darkened my transept, except on official business. Or perhaps you've lost your faith.
There was never much to lose.
We all have our doubts. There have been times in my own life. But I trust in the forgiveness of a merciful Father.
I can't imagine there's much in a vicar's life warrants forgiving.
No. Well, God be with you, Sergeant.
Stanley Clements is 17, a minor. We should have been notified.
You have been.
At once. Not the best part of 12 hours later. According to the custody record, he's not been examined by the police surgeon.
What's this? Welfare. About Clements. DCI box.
You've interviewed him.
Of course we have. He's facing a serious charge.
I don't care what he's facing. There should have been a solicitor present.
He declined.
He's an addict. I doubt he was in a fit state to decline anything. I want him independently assessed, and I want the duty brief notified.
We'll look into it.
You'll do it, or I'll know why.
In the absence of family, we stand in loco parentis.
Word to the wise. Little girls who squeak out of turn are liable to find themselves over my knee.
Oi!
It's all right, Viv. Like to see you try.
Would you? So who are you then? Sorcerer's apprentice?
My daughter's here. Joan.
Well, there's a thing.
Railroading a kid into the dock. I expect better of you, Fred. I want to see him. We want to see Stanley Clements now.
Dad?
Small world.
Sorry, I wish I could help you. I've not seen him. It's to do with this kiddie, is it?
Oh, no, I'm just trying to locate his whereabouts for the past few days.
Where are you two off to, then?
Take her books back. Libraries in Bladen. What's this, then?
Oh, Sergeant, he's asking after some lad. Sorry, this is my wife, Max, Sergeant Moss.
Didn't he do a couple of days last year?
What's the same lad? Stan?
Yeah, that's him, all right.
My wife wasn't too keen.
Oh, why's that?
He just had a weird way about him. Didn't sit right with me. Thought we'd seen the last of him, but I saw him last week hanging around the church. You should talk to the Reverend.
Oh, sorry, I haven't got around to taking the place off yet. It's not an offence, is it?
Well, I won't say anything if you don't.
She only passed last week. It's third time lucky. It's gonna be a godsend, to be honest, with Laurel. It's muscular dystrophies. Taking her into town for checkups and that, you know. Up to now, it's either been the bus or me, so usually means taking the day off work. You got kids? Sorry, it's none of my business.
No. Need a wife first.
Not in this day and age, I don't think. Look, I don't think there was anything in it, what Mace was saying about the boy. To be honest with you, I felt bad about letting him go. Put him Tingwell's way.
Well, thank you for your help.
Yes, Stan helped out here. But it was only for a few weeks. Come autumn, he just lit out. Not seen him since. Wasn't a great worker, if I'm honest. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
How do you mean?
Takes after his old man.
Oh, you knew his father?
Oh, yes. Phil Clements and me were choir boys together at St. Christopher's. Shared our first cigarette up in the organ loft there. I bet if I went back today, I'd find our old pack of Woodbines still behind the pipework. No, it was a bad business.
The door was open.
It's always open. What do you want?
Some information on Stanley Clements. I'm told he's been living here.
Who wants to know?
Police. Sergeant Morse. When did you see him last?
A couple of days. He came and went.
Well, I'd like to see his room.
You need a warrant or something, don't you?
You've got a couple skinning up on the mattress over there, and the place reeks of red lead. Do you want me to call the drug squad, or do you want to just show me his room?
I don't know what you got to come back for.
How do you mean?
There was another copper came by.
What other copper?
So what's all this?
What's all what?
All that. Incognito. In disguise or hiding from someone? You don't look like you.
What does me look like?
Not like this.
Well, there you go. Maybe I'm not me. Not anymore. Things change.
Well, that's too bad.
It's just how it goes. You?
I'm still me.
Well, good for you.
Morse.
Excuse me. Excuse me, please. No. Sorry. Thank you. All right. What is it? What's her name?
I'm Rosie.
Rosie, what's she wearing?
A pink dress.
Right. All right.
All right, as you were. Ronnie. Rosie Johnston, sir, from Cowley.
We've got a sighting of a man with a little girl that sounds like Rosie stood by a vehicle in the car park.
Do we have a description?
Witness didn't see his face, only that he was wearing a Panama hat.
Doesn't sound like Stanley Clements.
I have a photograph of Rosie Johnson for circulation.
You took your time.
What about a registration?
Just the make, Van Dan Plus, two-tone.
I've ordered roadblocks, sir. 15-mile perimeter.
Well, that's something, I suppose. Though I suspect he'll be long past any cordon by now.
Unless he's pulled off the road.
Ronnie, I can leave you to liaise with Chief Superintendent Bright. Of course, sir. Very glad of traffic's assistance. Hourly dispatches, yes, for good or ill. Find Clements. Find the child.
We don't know that it is Clements, sir.
Our chief suspect for the abduction and murder of a little girl skips hospital. And hours later, another girl goes missing.
Yeah, but it could be a coincidence, couldn't it?
Now, what are you saying? We've got two perverts on the ground.
Well, it is a possibility. Unless Clements had nothing to do with Anne Kirby. I mean, I don't suppose anybody's considered the locus of the body or the flowers in her hair.
Listen, this kiddie was taken out from under the nose of you and Johnny Morris here. So I'll have no lectures.
If you'll excuse me, I have a child to find.
There's strong evidence Clements had Anne Kirby at his place.
What evidence?
The blue Alice band she was wearing. DI Thursday turned up not 3 hours since.
Where?
At his place, now be told.
But where? At his place?
In his room under a loose floorboard, along with drug paraphernalia and a notebook.
Fred?
Hate to admit it.
Anything from traffic?
Not yet.
If there was a Blue Alice band under the floorboards, it wasn't there when I looked.
You've been there? When?
Well, before you, clearly.
You think I did it?
Well, somebody did. Whoever it is, somebody is trying to frame Stanley.
Well, you keep it to yourself. Gets back to Box, you've been poking around in business that's none of your concern.
But it is my concern. He's not going to get to the bottom of it, you know that.
He's senior officer.
He's a fist with a warrant card. He's going to pin Anne Kirby on the first passing suspect, your boy, Stanley. Is that what you want?
You get caught with your tit in the ringer on this one, I won't be able to help you.
I'm not looking for your help. How can you stand it? Yes, sir, no, sir, to a man like that.
It's called the chain of command.
Well, you're worth 100 of his sort. Don't forget it, because I won't. Mr. Haynes?
Yes, sir.
Can I have a word, please?
Yes, sir.
Have you always worked around here, Mr. Haynes?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. That's right.
Have you spent any time in Berkshire? On the buses or...?
No. Oxford. Always have been.
You said when you made your statement that you couldn't remember when Anne Kirby got off.
Well, you try driving this route week in, week out. But they're just uniforms. They get on, they get off.
But usually she would have liked at West Adderbury.
If you say so, but she can't have done that, dear.
Why's that?
I was running empty after Weeping Cross. There was no one aboard.
Didn't mention that in your statement.
Nobody asked. Look, man, one day is the same as the next in this game, you know.
Not every day one of your passengers goes missing.
You know, thinking about it, maybe she did get off at Weeping Cross before. Not regular, just once in a while.
Oh.
We've enough to nail Clements, then. Just a question of picking him up.
If it's hers.
Of course it's hers. Why wouldn't it be?
Handy, it turning up when it did.
You turned it up, Fred. Credit where it's due.
You know, it's funny. We had trouble making it stick against Stanley's father.
Is that right?
Couldn't crack him, love nor money. In the end, it was a young DC, my old bagman, Arthur Lott, found the hammer he'd used concealed in the cistern of the outside lab at his address.
Lucky break.
Yeah. Miraculous. Given it wasn't there when I'd had a feel around 2 days previous.
People miss things. Even you.
That's what I told myself. It's what did for him, though. Even so, he went to the gallows swearing his innocence.
But he wasn't. Was he? He was a wrong 'un. So's his boy. Bad stock.
We don't know he did it.
We never know. It's a balance of probabilities. You go with your gut. What's important is types like that get put away.
And if we got to nudge the jukebox to get the penny to fall?
What are you saying, Fred?
Not sure I'm saying anything. We're just talking.
Something coming into traffic now.
It was picked up at one of the roadblocks. Been teaching here for 10 years, apparently. Thought I recognised his name from your report. Opium.
What are they doing here?
All hands to the pumps, I thought.
We've got Sheridan in custody. This is our show, not Banbury's. The uniform wants to make himself useful. He can get back on his own ground and search for the girl.
You should go out to Banbury sometime.
I've been to Banbury.
Have a few beers, old man. A few beers, curry.
Talk about George.
It's still on the books.
Only for us.
Oh, there is an us then still, is there?
You're doing well. Your friends at the lodge. You're going places. Just let it go.
I can't. I can't.
That upstairs, it don't mean anything. It's just his way.
Well, there's a daughter, Sophie. You should get welfare over there.
Right.
Oh, I went through the items at 13 Jubilee Row.
You did what? You can't keep your fingers out, can you?
He's a brush salesman, wasn't he? Stanley's father, door to door.
So?
So I was thinking he should have a sample case, shouldn't he? Of brushes.
The past is the past. Dead and buried. Done. A man answering your description wearing a Panama hat was seen with Rosie at the fair.
Well, there must have been 50 men there wearing Panama hats.
We found your photographs. Children. Young girls in not much more than the altogether.
That's art. I'm interested in photography.
You're interested in something.
Those are historical images. They were taken by the Reverend Charles Dodgson. Lewis Carroll, the man who wrote Alice in Wonderland. Prince Albert and Queen Victoria were great collectors of child nudes.
I doubt they were in the habit of abducting young girls from country fêtes.
No more am I. Look, there was a young man watching my daughter at our house the night before that Kirby girl was found. That's the man you should be looking for.
Where were you on the afternoon of July the 1st?
July the... I'd need to consult my diary.
The day of the investiture, if that helps, Tuesday last.
Oh, yes, well, in that case, I was in my rooms. I watched the ceremony on television.
Anyone who can vouch for you?
Yes, the bursar at Crozier.
Bursar confirms he spoke to Sheridan. They talked about the investiture, mostly what the Queen was wearing. The call was made at 16:23. Line was in use for 26 minutes.
If he was at home talking to the bursar, he can't have been out picking up Anne Kirby.
Stand down the warrant for his gaff now.
What about the opium?
Can't prove it's his. I can't see a jewelry pilot, can you? I'm sorry, Fred. I know you wanted it to be him, but it's Clemens. It's always been Clemens. We just got to find the little bastard.
Oh. Oh, it's nothing sinister.
I was just getting a seed cake out of the oven. Well, come in. Well, this is a first. Splash more. How do you know where I live, by the way?
You're in the book. It's nice.
I'm fighting a war of attrition with the green fly over the tea roses. Not very successfully, it must be said, but yes. As a spot, I'm rather fond. Well, something has to be lovely, doesn't it?
Governor.
There's a known pervert seen back in the area. Maybe he knows where the boy is.
Maybe.
Look, this ain't gonna be Geneva Convention. So if you've got reservations, now be the time to say.
Whatever it takes.
I mean it. Can I count on you?
Always.
Anne Kirby. I wondered if I'd missed anything in the post-mortem.
Not your case, is it? Serious head trauma, hairline fracture of the cranium, diffuse degeneration of the cerebral white matter.
Caused by?
A single violent blow to the back of the skull, coup and contra coup. The brain bruises across a diffuse area.
Quick?
Not necessarily. Some patients can lapse into coma and linger for some time.
What do you think happened to her?
I think if I spent my days in contemplation of such questions, I would drink rather more than I do.
Been on your holidays, Gilbert? We've been looking for you.
What is this?
Oh, you know what this is, Gilbert. This is how things get done.
You've got known associates, Gilbert. God knows how you freaks find each other, but I know you do. Swapping your nature studies like cigarette cards.
We're looking for him.
I don't know him.
Ah, boy!
You want tea?
You're back, are you?
Yeah. I'm making tea.
Not for me.
Right. Gunsmoke, is it?
I don't know. Something. What have you done to your hand?
Oh, I don't remember. Caught in a door, probably. Doesn't hurt. I'll put the kettle on.
I didn't do it! I'm innocent! Thursday!
Bill Clements and me were choir boys together at St. Christopher's. Shared our first cigarette up in the organ loft there. I bet if I went back today, I'd find our old pack of woodbines still behind the pipework.
That's the 6th this year.
Overdose?
He was an habitual user, but no, if he's anything like the others, it's what the heroin's being adulterated with to make it go further that's the problem. Quinine. Not a happy combination. And if someone doesn't cut off the supply, he won't be the last.
I'm sorry.
I let him down. His father, too. Arthur Lott fitted Phil Clements up and I sent an innocent man to the gallows.
I've read the case files. There's something you should see.
Clements' sample case.
He'd hidden it at St. Christopher's. So Arthur Lott may have planted the evidence that got him convicted. But you were right. He was guilty.
That's not how I see it upstairs. Or in the papers. You know how it works. If I fitted up Phil Clements, who else have I fitted up over the years?
But you didn't.
You think that'll matter? They'll look at every single case I ever made. We ever made.
Well, as it stands, nobody knows.
We know. Bury it now, we're no better than Arthur Lott. And Alice Bay and a hammer. It's corruption. No. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I'll turn it in.
Well, if you want to do things by the book, it's actually in my custody. So, I'll take responsibility for it. Any news on Rosie Johnson?
We're still looking. If Stanley took her...
She's still alive. Stanley didn't take her any more than he killed Anne Kirby. You know that, and I know that.
I better get back to the Nick.
Mr. Croglin.
That's right, yeah.
Sergeant Morse, Thames Valley. Huh? You had a stall at Blenheim Fate.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. What's this about?
Do you ever do any work in Berkshire?
No, all I can manage here.
But you took this?
Yep. Yep.
And do you remember this little girl from the photo you took here last week?
Well, that's the girl that was killed, isn't it? My little bookworm.
How's that?
Well, I had to change her role, see? So I had a couple of more minutes with her.
Mm-hmm.
She was telling me that she was reading Black Beauty. I said, oh, yeah, that's nice, you know, just to make conversation. She said, yeah. Only she was worried.
About what?
As it's quite a long book, you see. She wouldn't be able to get it finished before I had to be back to the library. I said, you'll have to buy a copy. She said, I'm not made of money. Just like that. I'm not made of money. We rolled up. Anyway, that was my little bookworm.
The last time you would have been here was when? Was it the 1st of July?
That's right.
Can you tell me if this girl came by on that day? Her name's Anne Kirby.
If you give me a minute.
Do you stop in Dennington?
No, that's not in the rota. Weeping Cross is the nearest we come. Yes, here we are, Anne Kirby. Returned 4 books and took out 4 more.
4?
Mm-hmm. Caring for Your Pony, Ride Like the Wind, Blue Ribbon for Pinky, and Gypsy Winds Through. 4 books every visit. Like clockwork.
carried a little boy out of a bloodbath. It's gonna mean something. Guilty or innocent, I can't give up on him.
So you return to the scene of the crime, hoping for what? That the killer would return?
Sometimes they come back.
Sometimes they do. But this isn't the scene of the crime. You were right. I was wrong. There is no obscure motive. No stroke of genius. Just shoe leather. Little girl goes missing, turns up dead. One thought springs to mind. Yeah, 99 times out of 100, it's the right one.
But not this time? Mr. Skinner. Detective Inspector Thursday, Thames Valley. I believe you know Sergeant Morse.
It's about the girl found in the pylon field.
Oh, yes.
The day that Anne Kirby disappeared, she got off the bus a few stops early to return books to the mobile library where she collected 4 more. I checked to see which would be the best shortcut from Weeping Cross to her home. There's a field with a lane and a very nasty blind bend. I recovered a piece of a nail plate there, broken off in a collision.
Alfie?
It's all right, Max. Go on. See to Laurel.
Actually, Mrs. Skinner, it's probably best if you stay here.
Please.
I'm sorry, Mr. Skinner.
What's going on, Alf?
They know who was driving.
It was an accident. She was just there. I wasn't going fast. There was nothing I could do.
She panicked, that's all it was.
I thought if I brought her back, Alf could do something. Make her right. Only she never came to.
We thought that she'd come round. Then the longer it went on,
She just slipped away. I went to get her a cold flannel. I couldn't have been gone a minute. She just slipped away.
I knew the maintenance gang were going to be out seeing to the pylons and I thought that they'd find her. They skipped over to the next valley.
So you put the horse in the field, knowing that Mr. Tingwell would report it stolen?
I didn't want her lying out there with animals and all sorts. I didn't want her messing with. For her parents.
And you put the flowers in her hair?
I thought I'd get in trouble. Laurel, our daughter, with Alf working, I'm all she's got.
Well, who's a clever bastard?
They had nothing to do with Rosie Johnston.
Well, seeing Stanley's cooling in the fridge, we've still got some work to do to find her. Reed?
What's this?
Well, I wouldn't swear to it, as one looks much like another, but I'd say that's Anne Kirby's Alice band. It was under the driver's seat. Must have fallen off when they got her out of the car.
We didn't have the best of stars. But I hope we can straighten that out. Bury the hatchet. You got a raw deal over George Francie. Everybody knows that. So you should be sitting here and me standing there.
How it goes.
Maybe. But it doesn't make my job any easier. You're Fred Thursday. That means something to these blokes.
I don't know about that.
I do. Look, my manners aren't all they should be. But everything I've got in this game has come through this and hard graft. And I reckon you're the same. We can do something here. You and me. Sort this place out, make it somewhere decent. Kids can grow up safe. But I need your help. You in? Or out?
Sir?
What?
It's her.
Who?
Emily Bayard, the missing schoolgirl. He's using her as a model and period photographic techniques to pass the images off as vintage photographs.
Who is?
Dr. Sheridan. That photograph's a fake.
It looks like a photograph to me.
No, I mean it's inauthentic. If you look at the sculpture on the plinth, it's by Degas. Couldn't have been cast until the early 20th century. That's not a Victorian photograph. That was made about 3 years ago.
How do you know?
Because the girl in the picture is Emily Bayard. Sophie. Sheridan's so-called daughter.
So-called?
Yeah, it's the same girl. Emily?
Emily! Emily, it's the police! You're safe now.
It was here.
What was?
The statue. He must have taken it with him.
Where?
Well, wherever he takes the photographs. Presumably where he stashed Rosie after he took her from the Fate.
Trapped in an upstairs room. She's a bit...
It's all right. You're all right. Nobody's gonna hurt you. You're safe now.
Where is he, Emily?
What is this place?
Badger Manor, former churchland. Sheridan was a local history buff. He knew all about the place.
He knew it would be empty.
Rosie?
she's perfectly all right.
She'd better be. Morse?
Laudanum.
A sedative.
I can assure you she's quite unharmed.
And Emily? 3 years you're captive and God knows what else. How harmed is she?
It's just photographs.
You take the photographs and what? You sell them onto other freaks?
Freak? No, hobbyists. Men of a like aesthetic bent.
Men? You're not a man, you're not a man's ass.
I never laid a finger.
Perhaps. But what did you intend to do with her? Just sell her off to the highest bidder? And that's why you took Rosie? Because you needed a new model? Because Emily had grown up?
She was perfect. Sugar and spice and all things nice.
Oh, that's enough! That's enough! That's enough!
All right, Rosie. Now, I'll hand you over to this lady here, and she's going to take you home, all right? I expect he lied to Rosie the same way he lied to Emily. Told her parents were dead, that she was going to come and live with him, and she wouldn't have to go to school anymore.
Sick bastard.
She'll be all right. They both will.
Like Stanley. I'll see you around.
Transfer, I asked about, sir. If I could trouble you for a signature.
E. Morse. He's,
Oh, yes, sir. One of the college lodges, I believe. Thank you, sir.
Dear Mr. E. Morse, please find herewith notification that you are being reassigned from your current station to take up the position of Detective Sergeant with the Criminal Investigation Department at Castlegate Police Station. Report for duty at 0900 hours, Thursday, July 17th, to DCI Box, to receive your first assignment.